AI Center of Excellence, where we will be exploring the world of AI with KAISPE. I am Zabad Nadeem, and I will be the moderator for today's session. Before we begin, let me tell you a little about KAISPE. We are a Microsoft Gold partner and a leading independent software vendor. Our expertise includes development and integration of agentic AI, generative and cognitive AI, and the Microsoft Copilot. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to our presenter for today, Asad Khan. He is an industry expert when it comes to AI solutions and has an extensive hands on experience in this domain. So, that was all from my side. Let's formally begin the session. Over to you, Asad.
Thank you, Zabad. Thank you for sharing your valuable thoughts. Basically, it's good evening, hello everyone. Yeah, it's an exciting day for all of us that we are like now introducing the AI COE. We have already a COE program from the Microsoft towards the Power Platform, but now the Power Platform and Microsoft introduced an AI COE Center of Excellence Adoption Strategy. Nowadays, we are seeing that everybody is talking about the AI and the boom, and AI is products are selling like a hotcake. So for now, but some of the organization and majorly organization are suffering towards its roadmap, how we can implement it, and most probably and most importantly, the most important thing on the enterprise level, how apps and these all these stuff will implement, introduce, and governance and policies are maintained, and the maintenance and hygiene of this all the program towards AI. So Microsoft introduced AI COE Center of Excellence concept and adoption regarding the strategy. So let's first we need to understand what is AI COE. Basically, AI COE Center of Excellence is basically a concept which a dedicated team of technical experts and their advises, guides, and oversees project in an organization. How all the organization expert towards the unified goals and achieve a unified goal with the respective of KPIs, SOPs, and all these standardized solutions. So what are the pinpoints for the towards you can say AI COE? So the main pain points like identify first your use cases, whatever your organization pursuing, right? Your documentation purpose, your analyzation purpose, your data purpose. So firstly, we need to analyze and identify the AI cases, your use cases to solve different business problems. Secondly, we need to understand what infrastructure we need to perform these use cases to perform to enablement of this infrastructure. The second one is implementation, the most important thing. What should be the roadmap for this implementation? Which tools, which stack in technical responsibilities, setting targets, which KPIs we should follow to fulfill the implementation process, right? What should be the guidance towards our platform sorry, AI COE. So the guidance should be there is to roadmap. The guidance is to maintain the roadmap and enterprise to adopt, maintain AI, provide best practices, AI technology decision making, skill development, team organization, and process to govern and manage secure AI. Right. So first, we need to understand how the organization and how any firm will adopt AI. The most basic and the first step towards the AI is AI adoption, right? So for this, what we need to do, we need to firstly, we have to strategize AI adoption. Firstly, we have to create a strategy how AI to, will roadmap towards the in the organization, how the end user will adopt this strategy, plan, ready, and after this, the all readiness and AI foundation. After this, we will go through the you can say governance, manage, and all these stuff, right? Security. After the adoption wise, adoption is important for all of us because AI basically freezes you to the most conventional and repeating task we have performed over the period. So this is that AI will boost our, you can say, productivity, automation, autonomous individual efficiency, boost our productivity, optimize the business process so the resource can work on some efficient task, right? So that's why the adoption is so important for us to adopt the AI, right? Yeah, this is something the disruption of the after the chat GPT, how things are working right now. You can see after the disruption, this graph can clearly show you how after the disruption of chat GPT, Stack Overflow graph will down. You can see the website traffic after when the chat GPT is released. After this, the graph releases a graph down towards below from the release of chat GPT, because from the chat GPT what user can do, user just directly query their concern and will get the desired response. So that's why user will get the resolution from chat gpt. So this is how like change is always go for the change is nothing wait for everyone, it is always go for uh, progress, right? So we need to talk about the strategy. What strategy we need, we can like go through to strategize, implement our AI, right? So the most important thing is plan and align our business objective. What should be the objective of our goal? What should be the project, and who are the contributors to perform and achieve the overall success, right? First, we need to understand the lead overseas and adoption. So most importantly, that first need to understand the strategy, right? In strategy, if we go through the strategy point of view, we have identified the use cases. The most important scenario, the most important one is to identify your use cases. What use cases will pursue your organization, and what should basically these this is the main objective of your implementation, to identify use cases, right? After this, you have to define what AI technology strategy you will go for it, because some of them are using open source, some of them are using Copilot, Microsoft recommended, right? Some of them are uses any other open source processes. After this, you have to buy AI software as a services, right? So you need to buy cloud-based services, or you can say a platform as a services, software as a services, or infrastructure as a services, right? After this technology stack, whatever the data is comes from your AI use cases, right? So you need to strategize that data. So the second last is very crucial, is define an AI data strategy. The AI data strategy is always will be in the right direction, because you should know what data comes in your tenant or in your stack, and what you have to do with this data. Either data sciences, either data engineering, either data analysis, or either machine learning. So you should be know, you should aware what strategy you should go with the data, right? After last but not least, the define a responsible AI strategy. A responsible keywords always a crucial one for all of them. So you should know what should be the responsible AI strategy. The responsible is basically referred as a compliance, a governance, a a, a secure. That's why the responsible keyword is used there, is always go for the secure, compliance and governance. You should do all, because if you talk about the enterprise level application, so security is always a concern for them. Exposing data or shared data is always been a concern for the enterprise level application or enterprise level organization. So responsible AI strategy is always be important to implement AI COE, right? All right. So what should be the AI data strategy? So basically, what I've discussed just before it, to establish a data governance. So what should be the data? Where our cloud, you can say Azure cloud is based on, in which region is based on, right? What should be the data life cycle? Either sync up data from the any third party application or any third party enterprise level application to like, and the third one is the collaboration between AI and data teams. The AI team is different and the data team, so we need to collaborate and perform an analysis of the data. So these are the main key points to prepare the scalability, right? continuous monitoring and evaluation. Either the data is comes in the right direction, in the right structure, in the right way, so we can evaluate all these stuff on the basis of AI data strategy, right? All right. The responsible AI strategy, right? So responsible is referred, as I told you, the ensuring to trustworthy, beneficial. Because whenever we go for a client, so it always be a crucial to being a trustworthy and beneficial. Because the data, whatever the data comes from, either, or if you talk about a marketing or retail industry or pharmaceutical industry, data is always be a critical to be responsible to manage, because it's an authentic data and it's synthetic data, so it is always be on toes. User, and you can say a service provider, will be on toes to provide a data security, accountability, and all these stuff. So that's why it's always it is mentioning again and again a responsible AI strategy. Responsible keyword is always uh, will be emphasized again and again due to this regularities in compliance, responsible AI tools, establishment of AI principles. So these all are, if we talk about the recommendation, this is all mentioned in Microsoft documentation. What should be the responsible AI strategy and tools? These are all mentioned in Microsoft documentation, right? So here's a graph, or you can say a use cases examples. If we are using a e-commerce website or application chat feature, so what should be the goal? The goal should be automated business process. So this is basically a benchmark, you can say. You can choose according to your business requirement, or you can create a customize according to your business requirement. So it include AI use cases, goals, objectives, success metrics. What should be the success metrics in the future or for now? What is AI approach? Is either is a pass or generative AI or analytics or fine tuning. These are the approaches in AI in high level or technicalities, if we're talking about, right? Like SaaS generative AI, IES generative AI, machine learning training models, right? Uh, if we come again, next, there is a Microsoft solution, right? Which solution we are you have to use, or you should use for respective use case. Like here you can see is your AI Foundry, is your AI services, Microsoft 365 Copilot, and what data you should use for this, like item description pairing, standard documents, OneDrive data, training specific. You can also mention there is Excel data. So there is multiple examples for this. These are the like some of the use cases is for the data strategy. Skills needed, the most important thing, what skills are required for your resource, or you can say for your tenant, or for your development. So you can see, if you talk about, you can see second last line, daily work across company. So skill needed for the general IT purpose. General IT person can manage Microsoft 365 pilot, copilot, right? And you can say SaaS generative AI, productivity, individual productivity to increase, we can do this. And its cost factor is also a subscription cost, right? So data strategy, what should be the data strategy here mentioned? Implement data governance for employee data and ensure data privacy. And responsible AI strategy is assign AI accountability, utilize built-in responsible AI feature. This is a most common example which we have seen throughout in our experience with the other organizations. So this is the most important, the most basic strategy. And if you talk about the usage factor, factor is basically based on your whatever consumption you have, consumption you have towards the uh, you can say a structure or approaches or models and all these stuff. So usage base should be the cost. On the basis of the usage, the cost will be as per usage. Estimated usage, infrastructure, software as a services. So this is the basically a common AI data strategy use case. All right, after the strategy is completed, you are done with the strategy, you are done with your use cases, you are done with your responsible AI, you are done with your infrastructure, you are done with your stack. So what should be the next is AI plan. What is your plan to implement this? Or you can say, what after the strategy, what should be your plan? So the plan is to ensure alignment, take initiative, align the business goals, right? Helps organization, and the most important thing is allocate resources. Which resources work on which task, right? So what should be the resource, which resource is working on Azure side, which resource work on the open source side, which is resource, if our resource is not capable of this, so the very next thing is develop skills. So Microsoft recommends that the if you want to up skills your level, so there is also a Microsoft Learning Hub mentioned, so you can go and up level your skills, and you are well aware after the you can say exams or whatever the learning prospect are mentioned on Microsoft website. So after this, you are well being or to learn our skills, and then you deploy the technology for effective AI adoption, right? So what include AI plans? The most important thing to assess AI skills, to which which AI skills are required to perform the respective AI task, right? Acquire AI skills if these or those skills are absent or not mentioned or not capable of towards the resource, so you have to acquire new skills and come up with the new skills, and then you have to assess AI resource. All right, so my data engineer got acquired these new skills. Now I am assessing this AI resource. All right. After you are done with the resource and skills, the next thing is to prioritize use cases. On the initial stage, what are your whatever you have use cases you have created, or you have like aware, or you note down it. Now you have to prioritize it. Okay, this is my most common and the most important use cases are there. So what I can do, I am doing I am go with these prioritized use cases, right? After the use cases, you have the second last thing is the most important thing. You have to create an AI proof of concept. AI proof of concept is basically the most important thing. Whenever you have created whenever you go in depth with any big project, you have to before going into the live or in real development, you come up with the proof of concept, because you have to, from the proof of concept you can check its feasibility, its uh, its scalability. You can check its you can say prioritize. The most important thing is maintenance, its cost, and all the stuff. You can just prototyping. You can say understand the prioritize, understand and prioritize, and you can evaluate from the POC what should how much project cost, how its feasibility, either it's working in project, either its scale is broad in future or not. So that is very important to create a before going into the real implementation or development. First we need to create a proof of concept, right? After this, the last but not least, it's implement responsible AI. The responsible AI is basically whatever we have discussed regarding the responsible AI. What we have to do, we have to implement the responsible AI, and how like we have implement responsible AI. Microsoft recommends regarding the frameworks, uh, its recommendation or open source recommendation, like ethical frameworks or regulatory practice. The documentation is also available regarding the regulatory practice into your implementation plan, right? Or and also ensure that whatever the AI initiative align, it always protect user rights, organization value, comply with legal standard, because every organization has different organizational values, norms, ethics, culture. So you have to protect all these stuff before implementing AI, because every organization have different culture. So you have to very keen and very critical regarding the regarding implementation of AI, because there are people who belongs to different ethnicities. So you have to always keep in your mind to protect their rights, comply with legal standards, and all this stuff, right? And the next step is governance. Governance has always been a crucial for any organization, especially in you can say in a US region and all these things, because if you have deploy any application in any organization in US or any other region, there should be always asked for a governance. What should be the governance? What you are doing with our data? What you are doing with our integration? Whatever. Is there any privacy risk or not? Is there any cyber security teams you have or not? So you have to very critical or key on toes, always on toes regarding the governance, right? So there is always been a, a part in either its Power Platform, either is Microsoft Copilot. Governance always be a part, and always Microsoft emphasize on governance regarding your applications, right? So govern AI include the first you have to assess your organizational risk, right? What is your organizational risk are there? Either it's a email to email purposes, it's outside of the organization. If you sending an email or any, if you are sharing your assessment, if you are sharing your AI products outside of the organization, you have to think about it. You have to assess these risks either within the organization, right? After, in the second one is document AI governance policies, right? That you have to create a complete document to what should be the governance AI policies. If we talk about the different region, there are always different policies towards data privacy, data governance, user rights, and legal standards. There's always been a policy, so you have to cope up with them and uh, create and, or you can say, write a complete document AI governance policies, right? And the third one is enforce AI governance policies. The enforce keyword is reflects, right, towards the end user. The user you are the user you using your email address with your company domain. Most important, the some most of the time the IT person or your administrator will educate you oftenly that okay, if this email comes with you, please ignore it or report it, all these things. So these are come up in enforce AI governance policies, right? So that your administrator is always enforcing you to okay, so these are the things you have to do. And the last one is monitor AI organizational risk. The monitor is you have to always rely on your a cybersecurity person and always do betterment of this or monitor betterment of your security or your data and performing life cycle, data cycle, and all these stuff to keep an eye on your all these governance. After the governance we have a manage AI. The manage AI itself refers to the managing of your workload, development, deployment, manage development, deployment, and operations. Always been an effective management is actually required a structure approach, right? In a structure approach, what we can do, we will do deployment in the ongoing operations. Business always required standardized practices, regular monitoring, because once you are once you are starting managing thing, you have to set a benchmark or you have to set the standard operations or SOPs to performing either its maintenance activity or server maintenance activity or cloud maintenance activity, or you can say a cleanup activity. So you have to standardize all these stuff. So in future you just do your operations or management in within with the one go with the west with SOPs, right? So it's always to standardized to prevent like issues such as data and model drift, ensuring AI remains accurate. Yes, exactly. The main purpose is to accuracy of your AI and reliability with over time. Right. The manage AI include the manage AI operations, manage AI deployment, manage AI endpoint sharing, manage AI models, manage AI cost, manage AI data strategy, manage AI business continuity. What is manage AI operations? The manage AI operations is including a deployment, uh, occur performing a data is coming into the Azure and moving towards all these stuff, on the daily basis you are recurring or recurrence, all these stuff data is going up and going down, so you have to manage these data accordingly. The deployment is always whenever you understand the if you understanding the software development life cycle, it's always there is always a deployment from the live to production, production to development. So managing deployment with best practices, regularities, manage AI endpoint sharing. If you talk about in Azure, we are doing Azure app registration and managing endpoint. If we need to share our information, so we provide access from the any external API or endpoint sharing with uh, some of limitation. Whenever we need to provide an access with your endpoints, you aware, you have to think before managing a SharePoint, so you have to provide the limited access. After this, like we have manage AI models. Yes, whatever we are using, you are using, you have to continuously managing your AI models. Either is open AI model, text.davinci model, or any other model. You have to uh, really think or and managing AI models. After this, we have manage AI cost. Cost is always a crucial, because if you talk about an Azure, we have a subscription for each and every model. So it's always keep an eye on the cost from the administrator sides to manage AI cost, its productivity, its administration, and its cost effective solution. Right. The number 6 is manage AI data. That manage AI data is including how data is managed in either Azure AI Factory, or you can say Data Foundry. How data is managing, if the data is comes with the 6 columns, and now in during the development the 7 columns is adding in any table, so we have to manage it here as well, to managing the newly added column or newly updated data. And business continuity is during this management process, the business should not be stopped or at any time or any downtime, so we have to also manage our business continuity. Secure AI. After this all these managing stuff in towards AI, we need to or ensure the best practices to reduce the risk, compromise compromising any confidentiality, integrity, availability of AI data models, and avoid any downtimes in any server side. Or you can say, if we doing these healthy activities, our downtime will also reduce, and we have to make sure that every our business is always continue. And the secure AI is also like align our business security goals, enhance trust in AI driven processes. Right. Secure AI is also have some features relevant to, like you can say, assess AI security risk, implement AI security, control AI, secure AI resources, secure AI data, maintain AI security controls as well, right? So these are these things we need to look after this in secure AI to manage how what should be the risk factor, what is the risk factor, what percentage is risk factor is having. So we need to reduce these risk factors and implement always a cutting edge security controls to implement this, because nowadays it, the cyber attacks are very common, so we need to always on toes to reduce the AI, to reduce the any attacks, right? So we have to manage secure AI resources as well. We need to manage our cyber security expert, and we need to assess them if they need to upgrade up skills there, up skills. So we have to navigate to the resources that okay, you can upgrade your skills from these resources as well. All right. So after implementation, implementing this all these stuff, so there is always a maturity model, maturity level of our AI model. So on the first level is level one is always an awareness. What we have implement and what this model or AI can do. So first we have to provide an awareness regarding the our AI. So first, people think, okay, this is something AI, so we can ask anything or we can do anything regarding this. So this is the stage where we think this is overhyping, right? After this, end user organization purpose people organization user are using these and doing experimentation in data science context, or you can say in any if we have a chatbot, we are experimenting these, asking different questions and all these stuff. In level 3, after this, people of your organization will understand, okay, it is of the main purpose of this AI model or AI purpose of this. So now they are using on an operational level and asking the relevant queries or performing a relevant operations, right? In level 4 is basically a digital transformation phase. The use the your resource, if you talk about the copilot, the same process is go with the copilot, and on the transformation is level, the user is doing half 30% of his task or 50%, and the copilot is doing 50%. So this is the transformation of your task and your efficiency become high. The last one is the transformational level. AI is become a business DNA. So everyone is asking for a AI and he's doing their daily tasks with the AI and all these stuff. So that is the transformational level, and it is now becoming the part of your business, and you can't get out of your organization now from the AI, right? We have a different, or you can say a field, or you can say an organization or industries we have, you can target towards AI. Either it's automotive, education, energy sector, financial services, you can say a fintech, healthcare sector. We have a different manufacturing, field services, pharmaceutical. If you talk about, you can do, you can perform in a pharmaceutical regarding the tablets, referring or suggestions. Or if you talk about the energy, we have already a Tesla and all these stuff are performing in this industry. Education, ed tech is also part of AI use cases. Automotive. So these are the major industrial use cases. All right, everyone, this is all from my side, regarding the COE starter kit.